Now, wouldn't this be something really cute that you could make for the holidays as a present? Well, guess what? This is part of my series of making crocheted items for a holiday gift. This tutorial is going to be on this cute little kitten ears beanie. So, if you want to learn how to make this, I can show you. Let's go ahead and get started on the tutorial. Today's tutorial is going to be on a kitten hat beanie. I am going to be using some acrylic yarn. It's Loops and Threads soft classic yarn, and it's going to be a multicolor yarn. I'm also using a 4.0 hook. You can use whatever it is that you decide you want to use. Just keep in mind that your chain needs to be 23 inches. So if you decide to use a 4.0 hook and then or decide to use a 5.0 hook, the amount of stitches you're going to do is going to vary depending on the hook size, but it needs to be 23 inches. So I'm going to count about 50, I would say about 58, maybe even 60 stitches, and then I'm going to measure to see if I get to 23 inches. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to start with a slip knot. To measure accurately, I like to grab my measuring tape and my foundation chain, and I just kind of pull it along like so. And then wherever it lands on the very last stitch, that's where we're at. So right now I'm right at 23 inches. So that is perfect. And I chained up 75. So 75 using a 4.0 hook is, will get you 23 inches. So just know that. So for the next row, we are going to go ahead and skip the first two chains. We are going to put a double crochet into the third stitch from the hook. And we are going to put a double crochet into each stitch all the way back down. Okay, so we just go through and we put a double crochet into each stitch all the way down. All right, so this row is done. And what we're going to do now is we will chain up 2, 1, 2, turn our work, and then we're going to go back around and do another row of double crochets. It's at any point you can decide that you are going to change colors. That's fine. I am using the same exact color, so I am going to do this all the way through. If you wanted to change the color, put 4, 5, 6, however many colors you want in this, you could totally do it at any round. Again, we are going 11 rounds. I will probably go more than 11, but if you're using a 5.0 hook, you should go 11 rounds to finish. All right, row 4 is done. We're going to chain 2 and now work on row 5. Go ahead and I will meet you back here when we get to row 11. Okay, so we're going to keep going, double crochet in each stitch all the way till we get to row 11. Don't forget you can change the color at any time if you choose to, but I will meet you back here when we get done with row 11. My 11 rounds, and now I need to look and see how big it is. So I'm at about 7 inches. We're gonna do one more round, and so to make the cat ears a little bit more distinguished or a little bit more visual, I like to go ahead and crochet 3 trebles. So I will chain this up, 1, 2, 3, turn, okay, and then right here I'm gonna put 1 treble, 2 trebles in the next stitch, okay, and then 1 more right here, okay, and then I will do, all right, so now you should be doing your regular double crochets. What I like to do also is, because we will be folding this over like so to make the beanie, right in the middle we have to do 3 trebles as well, so that way it lifts this up to give you a little ear. So what I like to do is I get my measuring tape and I measure the exact middle. So remember, we did 13 inches, or 23 inches, sorry, we did 23 inches. So when I do this and I do 23 and I go here, we need to start, the middle is going to be 11 and a half, okay? So I'm going to do 3 trebles on this side and 3 trebles on this side, right in the middle. So I'm gonna get a stitch marker, just put it there, and then I will do 3 trebles and 3 trebles when I get to right here, okay? All right, so I've made it to the stitches that I'm going to be doing 3 trebles in. So we go 1 treble, 2 treble. Okay, where our stitch marker is, we put a treble. Okay, put a treble right in the next one, treble in the next one. So you should have a total of 6. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more. And then now we just do our double crochets into each stitch until we get to the last 3 stitches, and then we will put 3 trebles in that. And all right, so this is where we're at here, and what we're going to do is we are folding it like so, and you'll be able to see this is where our trebles were on this side. This is where our trebles are on this side. We're working on the inside of the hat. We will flip it over and it will look much different when we flip it over. What we're going to do now is we are going to go ahead and do a single crochet, 2 single crochets in each one of these stitches. So each one has where the double crochets were at, so it's a little bit bigger than normal. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and put 2 single crochets in each one of these stitches. So we pull this through and just do a single crochet all the way down. Now this is going to be on the inside of the beanie. You're not going to see it from the outside. We are just kind of closing this off to make sure that we can wear this. So that's what we are going to do, and put 2 single crochets in each one of those spaces where the double crochets is. And if you find it difficult to figure it, you can use a stitch marker. But you should be able to find it based off of where the double crochets are at, so where you closed off each round. If you're using multiple colors, it'd probably be easier to locate that because you can see the different colors you're using. I'm using one color, so it's a little bit difficult, but we'll get it. Okay. Okay, so we just keep going through single crochets all the way down. So now we have that's closed off. Okay, so this is the front, this is how you're going to get in. This is going to be the top. So now we have to close this off, and we close it off the same way. Okay, so I am going to run out of time, so I just want to make sure that you guys do a single crochet in each stitch, go through the V, and if you don't know what the V is, it's this right here. You could see where it looks like a V. You go through each one of these on each side and pull it through and do a single crochet just like that. Okay, so go all the way down. I will meet you at the end of here and we will close this off. All right, so I went ahead and sewed in my edges. So now we go ahead and flip and bring your little ears out here, just like so. Okay, and on this side as well. Bring our little ears out, and just like that, we have a cute little kitten beanie. Look at how cute that is. Now, if you wanted to, you can put a brim on it. So like right now, I can go through and I can add a little brim on it, and this is where it's going to be. So I'll show you what it looks like on. So here we go. Is this not the cutest little thing you ever did see? Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know in the comments if you plan to make this. And it's going to mold to your head. So again, if you want it bigger, you can make it bigger. If you don't want these to be as out as mine are, you don't have to do the treble. You can just do a double. Anyway, I hope this tutorial helps you. You guys have a good one.